Well, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. Blockchain Vitals with Robert Heffernan with Endotech. Blockchain Vitals is our weekly segment talking cryptocurrencies, assets firmly in the matrix, as am I. And we got a little bit of haze going here. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna soldier through. Let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about something I'm seeing in the headlines, a tweet, the Twittersphere, and same as it ever was. The only thing really in the news worthy of talking about really is COVID-19 as it continues to grip the world economies. And again, my condolences go out to so many people that are suffering through this, and my only hope is that we can come together and figure this thing out. And on that subject, I just wanted to bring this up, just to point out this is from the Milken Institute, and I know I said this last week, and I want to reiterate it, that the silver lining is the amount of weight being brought towards this issue, and this from the Milken Institute, showing over 100 different treatments, vaccines, and research pipelines going on right now as we speak. And I'm sure there's more. This is just what the Milken Institute has compiled. 39 different entities working on vaccines. On the treatment side, antibodies, 20 different vectors there. Antivirals, 12 vectors, others 18. Cell-based therapies, RNA-based therapies, scanning compounds for repurposing, and a lot of good results coming out of the chloroquine combination with the Z-Pack. And I just, this thing, it's evolving so quickly, and I think it really caught a lot of people off guard. And I personally had a full-on panic attack more than a week ago now. I'm past peak panic myself. But as this thing evolved and went on in China for weeks and weeks and weeks, I just thought it incredibly alarming that more wasn't being done. And maybe it was being done. Maybe it's just, I talk about in the market how long it takes sometimes to turn things around on a weekly and a monthly and a quarterly chart. Well, things got turned around pretty quickly in these equities. But maybe that the world health system has for sure got a jolt, and moving forward for our own well-being, lots of changes have to come down the pipeline. But there are a lot of good things coming out of this as far as our ability to test. How about that metric? In China when it first started, it was a 3 or 4 day wait. And now we got it down to 5 minutes in a couple months' time here. And I believe going forward, that they're going to be able to have this thing almost like taking your temperature. They're going to be able to scan you and see if you have the virus. That is what is for sure needed for us to get past this. And as far as it relates to trading, especially in cryptos, now there's been a lot of volatility in fiat assets, fiat currencies raging back and forth, asset classes, very, very volatile. But the crypto side has been incredibly quiet, especially last week. You know what? Let's take the vitals and talk about the price discovery. Taking the vitals, my chance to talk about actual trading. The numbers. What do the numbers say? Forget the whispers. What is the numbers telling you? Now, last week, Bitcoin right now trading 59.57 at Bitfinex. 66.88 was the upmo level. Now we took it out, not able to sustain it though. This week the down momentum level, 66.88. And I said, and I still think this, that most of these things in the top 8 are still below their lower momentum level. We need to take these momentum levels out, but a lot of these charts, especially on the weekly, have gone flatline, and the space has gone quiet compared to the rest of the fiat markets. Anyway, this week, Bitcoin, lower momentum comes in at 65.42. Room down to 34.39. Lower momentum collar on the weekly, 34.39. And again, if we want to turn this asset class around, if you want to hear the all clear signal from a technical standpoint, we need to close out of lower momentum. Now we have made higher lows in a lot of these things over the last several weeks, which is good and bad, because that could be the forming of a flag formation, in this case a pennant, a bear pennant. But other than that, if it's not that, then we need to close out of lower momentum on the weekly and start building ourselves back towards that weekly average and the weekly up momentum level. So again, Bitcoin 59.57 last. That level is 65.42 this week. Lower momentum on the weekly. Ether right now trading 126.38. Lower momentum on the weekly 133.27, and again flatline, and it was right near there last week. XRP trading 16.63. Lower momentum on the weekly 17.40. Again flatline. Litecoin trading 37.61. Lower momentum on the weekly 41.08. EOS trading 213. Lower momentum on the weekly 244. BNB trading 11.48. Lower momentum on the weekly 12.61. XTZ trading 149, and again, it's the only one in the top 8 here. Lower momentum on the weekly 136, so XTZ still not closed in lower momentum. I don't believe in this whole move has XTZ, no, not one single close in lower momentum. Again, higher lows in a bunch of these things, almost all of them. But now, obviously, that could be a congestion for another leg down. I'm hoping that we just move sideways here, and I'm hoping that the therapies that, I saw one out of Marseille in France, 80 patients, 78 cured with the chloroquine. You just got to hope that they get ahead of this thing and they have enough stockpiles or can manufacture enough of the treatment options that we start really making a dent in the mortality rate on this thing. And now XMR now in the top 8 here, taking out XLM and ADA. XMR trading 44.73 last. Low momentum on the weekly 46.26 in XMR. So I am patiently waiting for a close out of weekly lower momentum, and I will be well ready and able to jump back in from a beta side, from the long side on this thing, but I needed to prove it to me. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Please be disciplined. Trade disciplined. Mind the mo. Please be careful. Shelter in place if that is what you're called to do. And please, please, please take care of each other. Be careful out there. And we will all enjoy more normal times, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. And please keep these momentum levels in mind as our first hurdle to kind of sound the all's clear from the trading perspective, from the technicals perspective. That's what I'm looking at. And again, thanks for watching.